victory in both chambers and an update after the first week of early voting. Joining me today is the interim president of the DLCC, Heather Williams, and the three candidates to talk about their own races, really across the state of Virginia. Delegate Rodney Willett and candidates Kimberly Pope Adams and Michael Fagans. At the end of this, we'll do a question and answer. And to ask a question, all you have to do is type it into the chat box. We'll get to the questions on a first come, first serve basis. So again, to ask a question at the end of this, just type it into the chat box. We'll get to it on a first come, first serve basis. We'll make sure that whoever the question is for, we can have them answer it. So with that being said, I'll kick it over to the DLCC president, Heather Williams, to start this off. Heather?
Awesome. Thank you. Well, hello, everyone. It's really great to be here this afternoon. As Obi said, I'm Heather Williams, interim president of the DLCC, and I'm excited to give you all an update on the upcoming elections in Virginia. So as the official party committee focused on state legislatures, we like to say here at the DLCC that there are no off years in our work. And that is especially true in Virginia, where we are just a few weeks away from a critical election. Early voting is already underway, and after reviewing the first week of data, we're feeling cautiously optimistic about our chances to hold the Virginia Senate and take back the Virginia House. We know that everything is on the line in 2023. Virginia is the last state in the South to still have reproductive freedoms, and under a Republican trifecta, fundamental freedoms we hold near and dear will be taken away. The DLCC has left nothing to chance this election. We became the first national organization to invest in Virginia, starting with a special election all the way back in January, where we flipped a crucial seat that we feel strong about holding in November. To date, the DLCC has committed well above 7 figures to the Virginia House and Senate caucuses, including wiring an additional $400,000 to the Senate caucus just last week. We have also invested significant staff time and other resources to counter the barrage of spending from Governor Glenn Youngkin and others trying to flood the state. Our early spending in the spring helped build a strong foundation and critical infrastructure in Virginia so that Democrats on the ground can take full advantage of late spending and support. We know that everything is on the line, and this is the most important election of 2023. And we're seeing the effects of our investments. It's too early to tell how early vote is going, but we're continuing to encourage all of our Democratic voters to vote early and make sure that they're getting their friends and families to vote as well. We know that we cannot rest on our laurels, and we think our candidates are running quality campaigns. We plan on continuing to invest in these races, make sure our people are getting out to vote, and countering the lies and distortions coming from Governor Youngkin and his team on the side. This leads us to how we currently view the map and the state of the race. First, this is the first year on new maps and the first time the full legislature is up for election post-Dobbs. The DLCC is capitalizing on our momentum and leading the fight to attract attention and resources to make sure Democrats win in November. This election is about state power and the direction of Virginia's future. And make no mistake, an unchecked Republican trifecta would be devastating. You will see an abortion ban if that happens, and other fundamental freedoms would be taken away. With how extreme Virginia Republicans have gotten, there's no telling how far they might go. But what is clear is that the stakes of this election could not be higher. As for the actual map itself and our paths to the majorities, let's start with the Virginia Senate. Right now, we have a chamber margin of 22 Democrats and 18 Republicans. Looking at the map, we believe we have 17 reliable blue districts, and so we must win 4 of 7 competitive seats to keep our majority strong. Our best 5 opportunities are: 2 must-protect incumbents in Senator Aaron Rouse in Senate District 22 and Senator Monty Mason in Senate District 24. 2 experienced campaigners in Delegate Danica Rome in Senate District 30 and Delegate Skylar Van Valkenburg in Senate District 16. Our 5th race is a first-time candidate, Bressett Perry in Senate District 31, who is running a great campaign. Every single seat matters in the Senate. There are additional districts we are targeting and watching, and we will work with our partners in state to go after any seat we think we can win to make sure Democrats hold this critical chamber. As for the House, 3 of our best candidates are here with me today, and you'll be hearing from them about why these elections matter and why there's nothing more important for people of Virginia than protecting their fundamental freedoms. On the House side, we need 51 seats to take the majority, and we have multiple paths to get there. We believe we have 46 reliable Democratic districts and are targeting 20 more. Our fastest route to get the 5 more seats needed for the majority could look like the following. First, we'll protect incumbent delegates Nadarius Clark in House District 84 and Rodney Willett in House District 58. Then we'll finish with strong campaigns with Phil Hernandez in House District 94, Michael Fagans in House District 97, Joshua Thomas in House District 21, Kimberly Pope Adams in House District 82, and Joshua Cole in House District 65. These candidates are all running tight races, but we're optimistic with where they are. The full map, of course, is much bigger and with multiple paths to victory. If we come up short in any of the races already mentioned, we have competitive races across the state to get us to 51 and hopefully more. This includes candidates like Karen Jenkins in House District 89 and Travis Nemhard in House District 22. Overall, we feel good about where we're at, but we know we have a lot of work in front of us. We feel better than we did in 2021 and feel confident that we're able to match Governor Youngkin's resources for now. However, Republicans continue to invest massive resources into these races, and they're spending big to try to buy their way into full control. It is going to take every resource we can muster and every candidate here with us today to make the case against their Republican opponents and their extremist positions. One candidate who has no issues making the case is Kimberly Pope Adams, who is a DLCC Spotlight candidate, an advocate for reproductive rights, and a responsible gun owner. I'll pass this over to Kimberly